Okay, so we cannot tell the history of Isoko without visiting the Ole Kingdom. And today we are here with the Otita, yes, the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of Ole in Ancient Kingdom, the #2 citizen of Ole Kingdom. I'm privileged today to be sitting close to you, sir.
Thank you
My
very
king,
much.
I appreciate, sir.
You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. So that's why we're here today.
Okay.
And I believe I'm at the right place, the right home.
Well, my names are Ono Benjamin Jeremy. I am the clan Otita of Ole Ancient Kingdom. Ole in history migrated from Benin. First thing, 3 men came, namely Emore, Emiye, and Obollo. After that, others started coming. But they were the first people to visit Ole. Very long time ago. I cannot know exactly the centuries. Ole as a town, we are farmers. We are good in cultivating banga oil in our area here. And in other area, some of them are fishermen. Because we got the Isoko, as you see, there are some part of them, they stay in the water area. And cassava, women. That is why I say we are farmers. Well, when you come to the history of Ole, these 3 people I named, they are the first set that visit Ole, and they are the name people who name it Owara.
Owara.
Owara. The Ole you heard of is a nickname that dominates the real name of this community.
And the real name is?
The real name in those days is Owara. Owara. The Ole that everybody know that we bear today is a nickname. Now in Ole here, we play together. We marry ourselves. We marry from other towns around us in the whole Isoko area. We even marry Hausa, we marry Igbos. Igbo, they are very common here. We marry Yoruba, and some of them marry even white peoples. So we are a very friendly community. We have a feast called Obollo-Afor Festival. We do it every 3 years.
Every 3 years?
Yes. That feast was used in those days for war. You know, in those days, there's always a fight everywhere. And we use that feast for war. And this feast is owned by the whole community. So, as we call them, we have priests of different people who serve it. And when it comes to the worshiping day, everybody join to dance. We dance it from the end of the community to the Ole end there. Then we dance back maybe in the morning, and the evening we repeat the same thing. After doing that, the remaining one will be left for the priest to serve. And we use boom.
Broom.
Boom and mostly boom.
For the festival.
For the festival. So it is. We wear what we call a ra. We dress like warrior.
Because it represents the war then.
Yes. So we got the people called the Letu, the Sogba, and so on and so forth. Those people dress well decorated in the war form, because that is how it was from the beginning of the town. So that is how we do it. When it came to our behavior, like I've earlier said, Ole is the first headquarter in the Isoko as a whole. By then, the whole Midwest, not even Delta, were having only 10 local governments. And Isoko was one of them. But now we got 2 because of administrative purposes and the population. We want the government closer to the people. In our usual way, we marry. And when we married, if you married a woman, after fulfilling the whole tradition, they will escort that woman to your papa compound or your own compound if you have. Then after that, that woman, people will receive her. There will be dance, happiness, enjoyment. After some days, that woman will cook for the family of the husband.
The family she's married to.
Yes, the family he marries to. He will cook for them. Then when he cook for them finish, they will dash her anything you get, any of the relation, will dash the woman. And after those process, that woman would not be allowed to sleep with any other man. If he did so, it is abomination. That is our tradition.
Talking about the history of the Ole, how many children did Ole have?
In those days or for now, the population now is much. Very, very many.
In those days, how many children did he have?
Ole, I said, is found with 3 men. That is Emore, Emiye, and Odoro, and all of them born. All of them born. Emore, plenty children. Odoro, plenty children. And I don't really know how many children, because if I count from the beginning of my position, I'm now number 9.
Number 9?
Yes. Like in my lineage, I get to Muzi, I get to Oviobo, I get Ataro, I get Ememorwa, I get Eyevi, I get Onojerami, I get Onogure, I get myself, I'm missing one, we are 9.
9 in number?
Yes, so you can see how long. And I'm very old. As you look at me here, you look me to be a young man. I'm not. I'm 87 years.
87?
Yeah. So you can imagine how old Ole was found. You can see how old Ole was found. And some of my parents, they stay 100 years. Even my own mother, above 100 years. So Ole has been found very, very long ago. which I said I can't say this is the century because I was not born then.
Were you in any way told of the mother that gave birth to Ole, or where she's from?
The mother Ole is not one person. They marry from different places, so we cannot say this is the mother.
But when they migrated to here, where was the first place they settled before? Like the community they settled first, he settled first.
That marketplace you see, in those days is called a kiloho. Kiloho meaning in those days there is this is it not mahogany? This wood they use for that strong wood. Iroko trees were surrounded in the whole place there. So when they came, because of their leaves and the open leg area they stay, everybody stayed there under their this thing before they started building small homes for themselves. And that is where they first settled before everybody separates to different places when they started being. Though other fathers came and joined them, we got 7 quarter, original quarter in this community. The 7 quarter, they are all founder of this community. You start from here, we call Egbama. You reach here, we call Ogboro. You reach another one, we call Ukolobi. We move forward, you call Ibiegbe. And that Ibiegbe is there, the real king. Now, the present king, there he stay. The reign king today stays for Ibiegbe because he's from Emore ruling house. Then we got Eziawo, we got Zoba, we got Atawe. These are the 7 major quarters that if we are doing tradition, all these quarters must be represented. If they are not present, no, it won't work.
Do they have the particular family that are crowned the king of the Ole?
Yeah, we have 3 families. The 3 families that we call the ruling houses are one, Emore, which I said the present one is from Emore. Then if we left that place, it will go to Emiye. Emiye is found very close to the Ole festival there. Then if you leave that one, it will come to Odoro. Odoro stay by the roundabout when the road leading to the council. So they are the 3 really first people that came to Ole. They came one day. Those 3 people came one day. They were brothers. Who left Benin the same time and arrived here and settled here the same time.
Same brothers left the same time and settled here the same time?
Yes, the same brothers.
Who was their father?
The father is from Benin now, we can't know. But I know that, you see, this Ole we serve is brought from Oliha in Benin area. That's why it's called Ole.
Is it the deity they came back with?
No, it's another founder who came late called Umuzi that came with the Ole, and he came from Oliha area. And that Ole was used for war in those days.
Do they have special people that go to war then, or any other male child can come out and go for war?
In those days, yes, everybody go if there is war. But mostly somebody must lead them. And that is what we call the Ole today. The Ole today is the overall of the whole Iletu. Is the warlord.
Warlord.
Yes. If war is coming, is the one who will organize people.
Yeah, the forefront.
Yeah, the forefront. Before other Iletu and other people will come up and follow.
Talking about, you made mention of festival that people celebrate to represent that feast that's the war feast.
Yes.
Do they have special people that dress or that stands as people that mount front on that event as the family that represent that war in those days?
Yes, up to today. If you have known before, for produce the cassette, and if you look for archive, you will get it. We always be on war for this thing, and that is we emulate the olden days. We did exactly what they do, exactly, but we don't harm nobody. It's only to demonstrate that this is what our forefathers was doing.
Like now on that feast day, like that festival is done to remember that day which our forefathers were doing in those days.
We believe that when we don't do the festival, nothing will touch an Ole man.
Nothing.
Not that is, nobody will be harmed in the bush. Everybody who travel will go free. Our even people who stay abroad everywhere, because they serve it and says that every Ole citizen, daughter and sons will be blessed.
Is there any event or such that maybe any song comes out on that day and you say you go back, you're not worthy to be on this event?
No, nothing like that. Okay. They all stop for the road there. Everybody, they will wash. That is what happened.
But is there any like cleansing done before you come out to face, to be on the forefront that today is this event, is the world day, dress in that attire?
That is the only today who will demonstrate what was happening during those days. And the king will stay by the road with other some chiefs to watch them what they are doing. So the king always dress, and they will bring the chair, brought the chair to along that place I told you, when we call the Isoko tree side there, where there is a market today. And then we put a canopy in there. We came with some of the chiefs. They will stay there. When they are dancing, we will be watching them one by one, so that in case there is any error, it can be easily corrected another time.
Has there been any year that you did not meet up to do this feast?
Sometimes if we have problem, we can jump it. It's no offense. But it's regular. Yeah.
Sam,
yeah.
Talking about the festival of the Ole that you people do to remember, in remembrance of the forefathers them.
Yes.
On that day of that feast, is there anything like covered the people of Ole after the event, that if you go out, nothing happens to you after the event, or like protection at the end, since they are for war?
Yeah. There is a leaf we eat. It's called Owanwa. That is the name of the leaf. The leaf is very small and black. And we believe in Ole here that if you take that leaf, it will cover you. So
once you take it, you're covered.
You are covered.
For anything coming.
Yeah. You are covered. That is our belief. And so it will be working.
That is what your forefathers were using then. Yeah. That way they were using for wars and everything.
Yes.
And it's still very active now.
Nah, up to tomorrow.
So on that event, everybody must take that leaf.
You go there, you pluck small chop. That's all. You are okay.
Serious? Well, somebody that is not from Ole take it, so it doesn't have any effect.
Any other person from Ole? No, then if you are not from Ole, you are not allowed to take it.
Okay. You must be the son and daughter of Ole.
The son and the son.
So you have and
women don't take it.
Oh, women don't take it?
No, it's only men.
Because men go, that the one that goes to the war.
It's the men that go to war, the women stay in their house.
But if maybe a young girl or a lady decide to mistakenly take it, is there any side effect?
No, but they won't allow it.
Only for men?
Only for men.
A 1 day old child, can that child take it?
Yes, everybody take.
As far as a male child?
Yes.
Okay, now in the olden days, is there any community that Ole people fought with, like war?
Not serious. They only drag lands in those days. So they drive people, anybody entering their land, they drove them out to leave their portion. Even till tomorrow, we still have the same problem with our some neighbor town. We don't allow them to take our land. And because we don't do so, that's why we get that nickname Ole.
Ole.
Yes, Ole is person who drove people out of his area. Like you come now and say, I better leave my house. That is, I'm driving you out of my house. That's the meaning of Ole, and it is a nickname.
If not that you explain it this way, me I was understanding the Ole another way around, like thief.
No,
Yoruba part na.
the Ole is, you see, understand, pursue you out of my land. That's the meaning. And that name has come to stay. But we, the Ole people, knew very well that we are named Owara. And whenever we are having our traditional meeting, it is only Owara we call. Yeah.
So now looking at that festival now, on the day of that festival, you see youth with cutlass. Is it that leaf they take prevent them from being harmed from that cutlass?
Of course, yes. They don't. If you caught somebody that day, anybody who eat the leaf and everything, the cutlass will not enter.
It will not enter.
It's true.
Any metal at all will not enter.
That is the truth. Till tomorrow, Abi? Yes. They are the Isoko people.
So if you see anybody that day that they call the enter, that means the person did not take that leave before coming.
Why do you enter? You cannot enter. We call it Uj. You should not enter the Uj if you know you didn't take the leave.
Yes. But is there any way you will keep yourself 3 days to die or 4 days to die before taking that leave?
Actually, in those days we were doing it. Before we now retire from it because of old age, we don't even meet woman for 7 days.
Now I want to understand, because there must be preparation for that.
Yes, where you don't meet woman don't hear you. And the day to that day, woman can only pass you like this, but he will not near touch you. But they cook for you, cook the best food of that day for you. And some of your sisters who love you will also bring big food. So people who came for the feast, you can host them from that place.
But if mistakenly you have done 1 or 2 with woman, you have to go back again and start cleansing yourself before the...
If you don't meet woman, you don't want to enter with Jena.
Okay, you have spoiled
yes.
No more. You just have to be distance.
You have to be there and watch.
You see why this history of a thing is very good, because a child born outside here that doesn't know this might come here, want to come and watch Ole Day without knowing the tradition and the culture of the Ole. Jumping into it, you have started causing problems.
Yeah, we will educate you. My friend, you came for the feast. How far do you go with your woman, with that, we interview you. And you said you did, okay, we allow you. But you don't join the UJ.
You stay from distance.
And you watch, everybody watch. Women watch, everybody watch. They demonstrate what was happening in our Father's Day.
Can you share your experience with me in those days when you were youth in this kind of festival event?
Yes. I was very rough.
I want to share the part of that experience. Yes.
I was very rough. Though I stay in Warri for a very long time, but when I came for the feast, I'm always very rough.
Oh, that day?
Yeah. The people that could visit me, I will entertain them, who came all the way from Warri. They will cook for them, they will drink, they will do. I will just sit down far from them.
Because you know you're ready for the event.
Because I know there's
something. There's one at the front.
Yes. So that's how it happened. I was very rough. So that is true.
What was the bad experience you had during that festival? Was there any festival that you had bad experience?
Not much a bad experience, but sometimes, like you have said, due to the dance, maybe by error, could last we touch anybody, but it may not wound. So it's nothing.
Wow. Thank you.
Hey, Igbo Nsukka niile, Igbo Enugu North Senatorial Zone, and every Igbo waiting for southeast of Nigeria. A great cultural celebration don't land for our Domot Gidigba. Haha! Waiting you they wait for. Join us at Igbo Banyi Cultural Festival 2026. Osetigo Igbo Banyi Cultural Festival 2026. Igbo Nsukka, get ready. A great gathering where they take revive, preserve, and promote the rich cultural heritage of Igbo Enugu North Senatorial Zone and Igbo Niile in general. Igbo Banyi Cultural Festival 2026. Choi!
Ndị nke m come and witness colorful cultural displays, traditional dance, masquerades, egwu ọdịnala, fashion, craft, and all sorts of our traditional food through beauty of Igbo heritage.
Make you know, say we go get Miss Igbo Banyi pageantry and Mazi Igbo Banyi pageantry for this Igbo Banyi Cultural Festival 2026. You never see anything, no. What make this gathering different? We say every Igbo state wey dey for southeast of Nigeria go carry their own culture, come meet our own cultural display for Igbo Nsukka, and every neighboring community and states wey show concern go visit Nsukka. This event go happen on 29 December 2026 for Nsukka Township Stadium, Government Field. You never see this kind of festival before. Our Christmas go dey sweetie. Omenani Igbo Nsukka no go die. So therefore, are you a cultural troupe, dance group, or masquerade group, or you want participate for Wadi Igbo Banyi Cultural Pageantry or Mazi Igbo Banyi Cultural Pageantry? Whether you there for Nsukka or outside Nsukka, hurry now and register to participate and showcase your cultural pride. For more inquiries, registration, and sponsorship, please call or WhatsApp this number 0806 122 7058, or you fit send us email for inquiries for Igbo Banyi Cultural Festival at gmail.com. Don't miss it, oh. Oh yeah, make una come, make we celebrate who we be. Come, make we preserve our road for our generations to come.
Igbo Banyi Cultural Festival 2026.
Reviving our cultural heritage.
Omenala Igbo Nsukka niile ga-adị. Omenala Igbo niile ga-adị ndụ.
This program is brought to you by Dimma Arts and Crafts.